Hello and welcome back to Microsoft's Flight Simulator. Thank you very much for joining me in this video, and today I'm going to be doing maybe a shorter video, but I'm going to be showing you how to install the Navigraph moving charts into Microsoft's Flight Simulator as one of the panels in game, and I'll be showing you a little bit about the Navigraph charts, and we'll just give it a test, see what it's like in the simulator. And this is something they've been working on for a while. I've seen the beta builds of this that they released for testing for users, but now it is released, so I'll be showing you how to sort this out, how to get it in your sim, and then what it's like in the sim, and any particular maybe quirks that I find with it, or any features that I think perhaps need to be a little bit improved. So stay tuned, because I think this is an incredibly handy bit of kit, and I think it will improve a lot of people's flight simulation experiences. So first off, if you are not aware as to what Navigraph is, Navigraph, if I just go to the introduction, in fact, it's probably a little bit easier, there you go. Navigraph, you're probably new to Navigraph. This is what Navigraph is. It is a software as a service in which it gives you, through subscriptions, gives you access to all of the AIRAC cycles, so that's all the cycles with all the nav data for the world, and gives you access to charts, and gives you access to particular programs. For example, the charts ability to have charts on your phone or on your tablet or in your sim, to connect your sim up with the charts so that you've got your aircraft being tracked properly. And recently they acquired SimBrief, and SimBrief is something that has been used for quite some time for a lot of people, and this is where you create your flight plans and your flight charts, and this is an incredible bit of kit, but we're not going to be looking into SimBrief today. So in today's video we're going to be focusing just on the main parts of Navigraph and getting the Jefferson charts, as you can see right here, the Jefferson charts into our program so that we can use real life, real pilot charts in our simulator with ease. So the first thing you need to do is, first of all, you do need a Navigraph subscription, as you can see. So if we go to the let's see, which product page can we go to? Nav data product page. Does this tell you Navigraph subscription? Oh, you have to create an account. There you go. Okay, so if you want a subscription, this is how much they cost. Now I have the yearly one for the ultimate, which I'll be honest is not bad for me, because obviously I actually fly quite a bit, and I do it for YouTube, and I know a lot about this. But if you just want to have a little bit, just play around for it, you can have it for 1 month when you're free during a summer holiday, if you're a student, during a semester break, a Christmas holiday, whatever it is, or for people who are working, if you've got a couple of weeks off that you've booked, you can just buy it for that, and it only costs you about €8, as you can see, £7.50, something like that, which I'll be honest, for everything you get is not bad. And it is really the charts that help. Yes, the nav data, if you just want the nav data, that's great, but then you do not have the charts, you have to find the charts elsewhere. So I do recommend the Ultimates one. Anyway, if we now go back, so let's go back here, let's close that. What we need to do to get this into Flight Simulator is we need to download the nav data and the new nav data center. So this is a brand new program that they have. If you've used Navigraph before, you might recognize the FMS data manager for Windows, or of course you've got the Mac OS. This is only for Windows at the moment, unfortunately, but that being said, I guess because Microsoft Flight Simulator is only for Windows, and this is specifically for Microsoft Flight Simulator, though I'm sure later on X-Plane and everything will be integrated into it, it is only available for Windows. You want to download and install the Nav Data Center for Windows. I also recommend you download and install charts for Windows, and the only reason I recommend that is because you do not want to be jumping into the sim to set up your charts and have a look at your charts. Sometimes you want to plan up your flight way before you start up your sim, and this is how you would do it. So I also recommend you get charts for Windows or charts for Android, iOS or Mac OS, whatever you are using it on. You do not need Symlink, and the reason being is that if you download the Nav Data Center for Windows, Symlink will come with it. Now, once you've installed that, I will quickly show you Navigraph Charts. This is what you saw at the start of the video. So this is Navigraph Charts, and you can go ahead and do whatever you need to do and create your routes and check things and look at whatever else you want to look at. For example, there's I really like this world map. I only wish you could zoom in another 1 or 2 levels on this. This would be I think if we could have another zoom level down from here, that would be awesome. And I do wish that there were some additional bits of information. So obviously we have roads and everything, but it would be nice to have other bits of information available. Anyway, let's go back to these low on routes. Now I'll show you all of this, more of this in the sim, but once you've got that, obviously as I said, you do not need that. What you do need to install is the Navigraph Nav Data Center. So install the Navigraph Nav Data Center. That's try saying that fast 10 times. Navigraph Nav Data Center, Navigraph Nav Data Center, Navigraph. Never mind, I'm not going to keep saying it. And then you will see that for your installed simulators, you will only see Microsoft Flight Simulator. Even if you have something like Prepared or X-Plane or Flight Simulator 10, you will only see this one currently in there. And you will see simulator base packages, and you want to install the latest ARAC cycle. So 2107 Rev 1, revision 1. So it will say install or add, and then you do that. And then you want to add in the Navigraph Charts in-game panel, at the moment version 0.5. Press add to that as well. You will also have the option to install the Navigraph Symlink, so you want to go ahead and do that. And once you've done that, it may ask you to locate your Microsoft Flight Simulator install. My one did not, so that's fine, and that's it. That is done. Now that is all integrated, so your charts are integrated. For example, if I did want to press this, enable moving maps, it should integrate, and as you can see, I have my aircraft in the sim on an external program, which means that if I ran this on my phone, for example, which is something I'm going to do right now, though you cannot see my phone, I do have this program on my phone somewhere. Navigraph, where is it? There it is, Navigraph Charts. Now, if I were to run this on my phone, and I'm hoping this pans out for me, it wants my password. Of course it wants my password. Please tell me that was the right password. That was not. There we go. Okay, so now that I've gone ahead and signed in, I can click enable moving maps on my phone, and now I have my sim aircraft, which now we can jump into the sim. I have my sim aircraft, which is this one right here. I have this at the location that I'm at, which is Oxford Airport, London Oxford Airport, on my phone. So now my aircraft, I can track my aircraft on my phone, following my path, completely separate from my sim. It's as if I have an actual electronic flight bag with a map in the palm of my hand. And that is really, really useful. But anyway, we're not going to be continuing with that and talking too much about that at this point in time. What we are going to be looking at is, as I'm sure you saw on the screen, this additional in-game app that has started. Whoa, you almost hit that van. This additional in-game app that is available to us, which if we click, opens up the Navigraph Charts. Now I'll just go, we go inside. And here is our Navigraph Charts, just as you would expect. Now you have a virtual keyboard option. So for example, if I went like that, we have a virtual keyboard. We can, the virtual keyboard can be slightly annoying. I can do that. It shouldn't appear anymore. There you go. And so now you can just type. And this is the Navigraph product, as you would expect, just like you saw outside of the sim, and just like I have on my phone, or you might have on your phone. It is available right here. We can change again to world map. As you can see, you can zoom in to the reasonable I'd say partly reasonable option. This is how far you can zoom in. This is fairly reasonable. And you can change your world map types, and it gives you your information. Now, one of the things that is really important, I believe, if you want to currently at this point in time do a flight plan, make sure you set up your arrival and destination in the sim first. Otherwise, it's not going to pick it up. If you click here, if you click on flights, go to new flight, and then if you try and do from simulator, it is not going to work. So make sure you set that up. Otherwise, you could do it manually. I have actually set mine up from the sim and then added manual waypoints here at Westcott and at Woburn. So those are the 2 points that I have added it. So that is pretty much it for the app. You can see that if I click, for example, here on Cranfield, you'll see that there's, let me make this a little bit larger again. You'll see that it gives me all the information for Cranfield Airport, gives me the coordinates, the elevation. So if you were using this in a jet, that would be really, really suitable and really useful as well for you to set up your airport elevation and things like that. Magnetic variation, what type of airport it is, what the longest runway is. You can click runways and it tells you the runways 03 and 21. Communication channels, 80s, 121.8, and you even have this button here, which if you click that, gives you the charts for this. Can I actually make this a little bit bigger? No, I cannot. So, for example, there are no stars for this, but if I wanted an approach, let's say runway 21, ILS DME runway 21, there you go. Aircraft is outside the chart bound, so it would actually show your aircraft on this chart if you were using it, and we will certainly be testing this in a moment. So there you go. Really simple, really easy to use. What I will do is I'm going to close this chart and I'm going to go over here, open charts list. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Can I not click on this? Is it because the aircraft's in the way? I think maybe because the aircraft is in the way. Show visual overview. Let's have a look. Bit new to me. No, that's not what I meant to do. No, not a clue. Again, I'm still learning this. There we go. I've got the airport up anyway. London Oxford Airport. There are the coordinates, elevation, etc. Runways, and then communications. So for example, I will do communications on this. Make this a little bit smaller. There we go, that's fine. Let's go ahead and start this aircraft up. So that should have enough fuel. Yep, plenty of fuel. Let's do that. Let's fall forward. Right. Come on. There we go. Aircraft's up and running. I've not really done this properly, but that's absolutely fine. That was the weirdest turn for that bus. Where are you going, bus? Seriously, where? Do not hit me. Okay, anyway, the reason I wanted to do that is I want to see if ATIS works on this. So if I go ahead and tune my comms channel to 136.230. Come on. It's a bit slow today. This is a new update they've done. Come on. There we go. Any noise? Nothing on the ATIS. So I'm not sure if ATIS is properly set up in this sim, to be completely honest. It's 230, isn't it? Yeah. Not a clue. Right, anyway, we can bring up, there's no charts as well. There are some charts here, but there's no stars for this, but we can have a look a little bit at, in fact there might be stars. There is a star for this, but we're not going to worry about that. Departures, that's if we wanted to do a proper departure. We're actually going straight to Westcote, so we're going to depart, and this chart does not support moving maps, fine. So we'll do a departure out of here, and then we're going to fly direct to Westcote. So let me set up 335, and we're just going to see just how this aircraft works for us, because I think this is quite sorry, how this product works for us. I think this is quite nice, really. Let's go and lean this aircraft up massively. What is it? 335. 3 3 5 ADF. That was right. 335. Great. And we're just going to set it to. We're just going to head towards it. It doesn't really matter to me which way we're going to go. I just want to head towards that. So let's give this a go. Let's bring this up and let's make this fairly small. See, I can do that, and it is pretty good. It's like having a little electronic flight bag, similar to Avitab, really. And let's fly. I'm going to turn this corner. There's going to be a bus in the way, isn't there? Nope, the bus seems to be okay. Right, which way am I supposed to be headed? I'll just head this way. Yep, I'll just continue heading this way. I'm not going to go through all the checks or anything like that. That's not something we're not flying this aircraft properly today. I'm hoping the aircraft manages to keep itself together. The idea here is, I was gonna say, why did that not work? The idea here is for me to be able to fly the aircraft and see what it's like on the maps. So if we just close this, you'll see I can make that smaller. You see the aircraft is there, and you can see it moving. And we can use this for our navigation as well. So let's see. In fact, don't need any flaps today. Yeah, no runway ahead. That's the runway I am after. That's pretty good. I do not think there's anything I'm generally missing here. No, I think in general I've got everything as it needs to be. Maybe just switch on some of these. Is that not? Go on, switch on. There we go, you can be switched on, and then we're not going to be using much of that, so I just want to see what happens. And let's go ahead and fly. Do have a slight crosswind today, ever so slight, so we should be not really have much of a problem on this aircraft. Should be able to take it off without any issues whatsoever. Whoops. Oh, I've got sensitive controls again. Why have I got sensitive? Why have my controls gone so sensitive? Every time my flight simulator resets, it seems to the controls seem to go pretty sensitive. Pull back the throttle just bring back the pitch just a little on the propeller as we start turning in. And you can see that it is working very nicely, and on my phone this is also working incredibly well on my phone. So everything is now linked between the sim, my phone, or a tablet, or I could put this onto another I could stick this onto another another computer if I wanted to, and it would also be absolutely fine. So things are looking good here. Things are looking very, very good. Again, as I said, not flying this properly, so it doesn't. One of the things I've found is that the click spots have. I don't know what's happened to the click spots on this. I'm not flying the aircraft properly, so that's why yep, click spots have gone really funny on this aircraft at the moment, I think. There we go, that will do. Right, we'll continue climbing. We'll take about 2,000 feet. We can also have a look at this, and we can check minimums in some of these areas, I believe. Not sure where those would be, but it also tells us where other it also tells us where there are other flight paths and airways that we really do need to avoid. Minimums are not being shown on this particular one. 2,000 feet. Let's go ahead and bring ourselves down like that. Accelerate away. And I'm very happy with this product. Everything's working nicely. If I click that, it centers it on the aircraft, so you can see, there you go. And now, whilst we're flying around, we can have a look at a little bit more information. So, for example, I can click that, and it shows me my route, and it shows us that waypoint there. We can clear the routes very easy like that. We can auto route if we wanted to. Now, I'm not going to be flying this with an autopilot, simply because I want to hand fly this aircraft. I really do want to hand fly the aircraft. Let's get the speed of the aircraft up. Bring this down. There we go, lean the aircraft out. 2,500 feet, that's pretty good. Trim the aircraft down a little bit more. Come on, trim down. There we go. And I think this is flying quite nicely. Now, one thing you will notice is that just because I changed the flight path here on the chart does not mean it's changed in here. So you do need to be aware of that. So if you do change the flight path on here, do not expect it to change in your aircraft. Obviously I'm using a light aircraft, so it doesn't matter as much, but you will have this where in a larger aircraft, if you change a flight path on the Navigraph charts, it will not change there. So do be aware of that. Currently in somebody else's, we've just entered Heathrow's terminal airspace. Which makes sense because look, we're not too far from Heathrow Airport, which is just about. Where's Heathrow Airport? Oh, I've lost it. There it is. So we're not that far away from Heathrow Airport, and you can see that with the airspace boundaries here. Coming over Westcote, I'm not sure if this ADF is where. I didn't set that to 889. I'm fairly sure that was set to 335. That's annoying. I was wondering why that isn't working. There we go, and now it's working exactly as I want it to work. Now what we could do is we could tune in Woburn, and for that, what I would do is I'm going to say that I want to be on. Now, unfortunately, Woburn's not a good cross for me here, because I could fly anywhere along that line and still be on the radios I'm looking at. So it is not an ideal cross. Because you got Daventry there and Brookman's Park down there. what I could do is I could look at, say, Barkway 1165. See, this is where this comes in so handy. It's crazy how handy this is. So I can say 116.5. There, and I'll set that to be, apparently that's not reading anything. 6.2, that's why, because it's not 5, it's 2.5. Should probably start lazy turn. There we go, and I'll say I want to intercept Barkway at oh, see, I can. This comes in really handy. If I click this, I wonder, does it give me? Oh, that's a shame. What I would really like is if it gave me a rose compass, a compass rose, and gave me the ability to draw a line between where I wanted that to be. What I'm looking at though is probably I'm going to say 300 perhaps. So let's set this in for 300. Yet this is slow for some reason. It's sluggish. The sim is sluggish. There we go. My turn should have been good. The turn was good. Little bit slow, but the turn was overall pretty good. And then I can set up the Daventry, which is 1164 on here, which I can just go ahead and switch on and do 1164, and there you go. That's tuned in, and I'll go for a 304 on this. Which actually tells me that the one I want from here is going to be 275 there, 280 really. So I'll just keep doing that. Bring that down, 275, 270, probably about 280. There we go. And that will help me do whatever I need to do to fly. So you can see that this is quite easy to use, and once it's in, it makes it so much better to fly and not be worrying too much. Now, of course, as we know, I actually want to just take a screenshot of this for the thumbnail. Again, I do apologise. Let's see. How do I want the screenshot? There, and then. Yes, as I was saying, whilst I take the screenshot, of course you can have it on if you wanted, you could very easily have it on something like your, what's the right key here? Not that. That's it. If you wanted to, you could of course have it on your phone, and that's not a problem. But it's just nice to have it within the sim. It's just very handy having this within the sim. There you go. That can be the. Oh, please tell me that was the right thing it caused. I'll do a second. Okay, catch the right thing first. I'll take a second screenshot just in case. Okay, right. Let's go back into that and continue flying. To pause. There you go. But yes, just having this in the sim, it is very useful, very handy, and very easy. I'll be honest, it is very easy to use, and it isn't causing me any frame problems. If we wanted to use it at night, so if we wanted to change the time of day, and you found it, for example, a little bit too bright, let's say we're flying in this kind of conditions, at which point I really would like to, I'm going to do something stupid just because I need that. There you go. Okay, that's not what I wanted on. There is something I'm after. Is it this? There we go. Lovely. So yes, just in terms of just flying around. So let's say that you're flying like this. That's a little bit bright. There you go. Night mode. Everything looks awesome. That is quite bright. There we go. Perfect. Now, of course, it would be nice if perhaps we had it on here. That would be nice as well. But this is good. This is really good. I'm very impressed with how Navigraph have managed to do this. Also, I have no idea what that particular airport is, because we're coming in over Milton Keynes. Oh, that's probably Cranfield. To be fair, no, that's not Cranfield. That's an airfield, not the airfield. Cranfield's still a little ways away. But yes, this is a very simple, very easy to use, and of course, as I've said before, I think that using Navigraph, what is going on here? There we go. Using Navigraph is a fantastic thing to be doing, and I'm actually going to start slowing the aircraft down a little. Don't want to be going too fast. And we're at 3,000 feet, which I'm happy with over Milton Keynes. Can we count the roundabouts in Milton Keynes? Oh, I'd rather not. That might be Cranfield. So I do not know of another airfield nearby, apart from Luton, which is way over in that direction. And that looks like the M1. So if I were to, now again, okay, I want to double check this. Let's go to world map. What roads do we have coming up? So that does look like that is the M1, and that is Cranfield. There you go. So that's helped me. That's definitely helped me. So let's just go ahead and bring the aircraft in for a landing at Cranfield. Quite a rapid descent. Fuel pump on. Props go to full. Nice rapid descent there. There's the M1. And if we did quickly want to double check Cranfield's information, let's go ahead and go there, and there we go. We're looking at runway 03 as the landing today. And it's just so easy. It's incredibly easy to do this, and it just makes it really, really nice to, no, quiet, I'm doing this intentionally. I'm doing this intentionally. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. Okay, now you'll stop complaining. I know I'm way above the glide. Actually, yeah. I know what I'm doing here. I know exactly what I'm doing. It's like the first time I've done something like this before. There we go. And now we're stabilised. That wasn't too difficult. This aircraft is so nice to fly, by the way. But yes, that's it. That's all I wanted to show you. Nice, nothing too difficult, nothing too long, nothing too fancy. just a simple flight, and just showing off a new integration of what is an old product that I do highly recommend for people who do a fair amount of flight simulation. I highly recommend this product. Crosswind. Yep, careful on crosswind. It's just very, very nice. I have no idea how this landing is going to go. I've not even checked the crosswind component here. Okay, from the left. Fine. Not a problem. I really should fly more. I really should, instead of just on video, otherwise it makes it look like I'm completely and utterly incapable of flying aircraft. I assure you that is not the case. I am quite capable of flying aircraft. As you can see, no problems there at all. So that is where I'm going to end this video. Hopefully that has given you a decent quick look on just how to install it and short demo of how to use these products, Navigraph itself. And again, as I said, I do recommend Navigraph. It is I think it's an important piece of kit. It gives you all the information you want, and it brings you in line with real life pilots. And again, having that on hand is just so handy. I know that's a silly thing to say, you know, having something on hand is so handy. I'm just going to where should I stop? Let's go over to the hangar. I'll go to a place where I know there's parking, since I've been there. But yes, having something like this on hand is just incredibly handy to use, and it's smooth. It's well made. I would like to be able to click this. Oh, there it goes. It did work first time. For some reason, it didn't work the first time, but there you go. So I could do that and get into the charts very, very quickly. Really simple, really easy. Nothing complicated, nothing hard. Even the installation is extremely simple and fast. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Microsoft Flight Simulator and X-Plane 11. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. Don't forget to support me on Patreon if you can do so at www.patreon.com/ecgadget. Your support would be massively appreciated. It would really help me out. And also you can find me on social media at ecgadget, LP for both Twitter and Instagram. How do I switch this off? There it goes. That is all from me, and I will see you next time in a flight simulator. And I definitely recommend you use Navigraph's tools. Come on, stop the aircraft. There we go. Fuel pump off, battery off, alternator off. There we go, done. I'll see you next time.